Oh, baby. Join the chat. Connect that YouTube, Scott. Guys, boys and girls, we're live now. We've got so much going. My head is literally spinning over these last 18 hours. Big monster announcements. We've talked about this. We got our boy Kong, who you all know, in the house. We also have Josh, baby, Tech or something. This is George's right-hand man. This is George. We're all George, but this is George.
I am George.
That's George. All right. Also, you guys have seen in the comments often before our boy, Scott Dab Atola in the house, who also is on staff working with CRU. George, baby, in the house. And guess what? There's a new hire on with George, baby, and it's yours truly. I am now on the team with Cryptos Are Us, boys and girls.
Yes, welcome aboard. Congrats.
Oh, I'm so pumped. We're just scratching the surface, though, guys. So much going. As you guys know, we've been putting out our karate combat videos. We had Dreamer putting out videos. We've had Ben Armstrong putting out a video. We've had all these guys. Journey, who is Rodney, Seth, Crypto Seth, putting out his video. He's fighting Shiny D, baby. We've got Crypto Crow and Ramil, baby, RC, Moon Daddy. They're fighting. All these things going on Cryptos RS Plus. Also, I'm a new host on Cryptos RS Plus, doing these street interviews. I'm so pumped. The first launch, baby, was last night. George has been talking about it on his show. It's so fun. Let's go. Hey, he also talked about DeFi Kingdoms, fam, last night on the show. That was fun. Also, they said it was like their least watched show. So DeFi Kingdoms fan, get in there, watch it, get some clicks in there, get some comments in there. We got to boost that show. So George keeps talking about crypto gaming. Okay, side notes. Also, I'm going to be helping these guys, going to be helping George put together some of his content, just helping him with different things with IFC, Influencer Fight Club. Again, we have the party December 14th. Be sure to get there, get the tickets right. Very first thing in the description below. You can get the tickets if they're cheap to go to the party. All the big dogs are going to be there. Make sure you go. Make sure you get on to Cryptos RS Plus and watch those videos, baby. So many good things going. And now on staff, so I'm going to be helping with IFC. We're even talking about possibly trying to set up a stream on Altcoin Daily Show to talk Influencer Fight Club. Chatted with Dreamer last night. We had a huge kumbaya last night. Dreamer and I for 2 hours and 15 minutes on the phone with Dreamer, baby. Talking about all kinds of things, hashing through things, working through stuff from the past. It was super good clarity for me. It was great, man, so good. And Dreamer's got all this vision. Dreamers want to get out there. You know, obviously, we've all seen a big difference in Dreamer's engagement out there on socials. He's out there on Twitter. He's on Twitter Spaces. He's getting on people's channels. He's fighting in the IFC Fight Club for karate combat, baby. Doing all this for DeFi Kingdoms. We've even seen it with Bolon getting out there, different things. Okay, it's been a big, and I think it's been a big notice, because if you guys haven't noticed, we have Crypto Crow talking about DeFi Kingdoms. We're going to be doing a stream here real soon with Crypto Crow about DeFi Kingdoms. He gave it a big shout out. Okay, so DeFi Kingdoms fam, there you go. Lots going there. So I'm going to be helping with the IFC Influencers Fight Club, helping these boys. I need to help clear up Josh's plate, because the other day he hits me up. He said, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. And when I was talking to him, it was 1 a.m. the next day. Okay, he still hadn't slept. He hadn't eaten. Crazy. His life's been crazy, trying to keep up with everything going. George is advising all these projects and helping all these projects, and doing 2 streams a day, setting that up has been crazy. With the content, with different things, like reading the room, knowing what's going on out there in the Twitter space, it is like wowzers. So I'm in there helping with a lot of these different things. Baby, Dabatola, Scott, my man, who is recently also hired on with CRU. What is going on? What do you do? What does your day look like there? What's happening with you with CRU, baby?
Shoot, let's see. Oh man, there's a bunch of different stuff. George has definitely been a lot more active with wanting to, go out to events. And I mean, as you know, obviously we're back in September. We're all out and we're
Right.
together.
That's
So
right.
now we have the big karate combat thing coming up, which ties in IFC. So which you're involved in fighting. So, not to throw, let's say our influencers under the bus, but there's a lot of you. So there's a lot of stuff that Josh and myself have to go around messaging and collecting and stuff. And, and this is just all new on top of the daily grind that Josh and the team has already been doing, which, I've been getting up to speed, helping with some videos, learning some of the streaming content now. And, so there's a lot going on. I think we're going to see a lot more meetups and events next year. And 6 events. Is that what it was?
That's what we're looking at right now. 6
something
events.
like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Baby.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy.
Yeah,
we're all gonna be really busy, but it's gonna be good. There's a lot of good things coming up. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, there's so many things going. Dreamer, I was talking to him last night. He's got all this vision, all these different things he wants to do. And I'm talking, boys and girls, big time stuff, not little stuff. Woo! We were collaborating hardcore. So much going, you guys. It's like head spinning, wild. Man, Kong, my man, I love you. I miss you. I need more Kong time. We still chat every day for the most part, a lot. Okay, but not nearly as much as we used to. I need more Kong in my life. I need to be graced with the love of Kong raining down on all of our heads. Let's go. How's life with Kong?
Things are good, man. Hey, it's nice to be liked and needed. That's what I'm talking about, man. Anything that helps elevate you and what you're doing overall in this space, man, I'm always on board with. So I've been doing great, man. Just doing the IRL thing, just keeping the train moving as planned, just keeping the plan going. Love to see what you've been doing as far as changing pace, pivoting, hitting CrossFit, getting that cardio, exercising, getting ready for the fight. I know it's a heavy lift, brother, but me and you were talking last night. You made a ton of progress in the last month overall, and I'm really stoked about that. So between that, everything going on with IFC, DeFi Kingdoms, so many great things happening in the realm in that regard, all over X, things you've already mentioned. I see that just intensifying and picking up over the next few weeks as well. And then, of course, my side project that I've been venturing into here recently in the gaming sector, big time.
Big time.
We can do a whole piece on that. I was a little bit of an early investor in that the first year when they were giving out those passes. So it's finally starting to pay off, man. And it's sitting up 30% on the day, by the way, at 28 cents.
Oh, really? Dang. So yeah, Kong and I are going to do a big time stream, another dedicated one. We did one already and we kind of were just like feeling our way through. Now Kong is becoming the big time master blaster. Okay, we're going to be
to be continued on that.
Yes, let's go. Okay, Josh. So life's been crazy. Tell me about it. What's it like working for George? He's a crazy man. He's a bull. He's a bull-headed man, stubborn as an ox, but got a good heart. His heart's, we've seen this transformation going on with George. I'm never going to stop talking about it. I love it. Tell me from your perspective, am I crazy when I talk about this transformation with George?
No, not at all. I've been with George for almost probably a little over 3 years now. And the first year and a half or so, going to a conference or anything like that was out of the question. Why would we go do that? Like, what's the point? What are we trying to accomplish there? We need to do streams.
Right.
But, ever since the next crypto gem, that has totally changed. So there's been a big transformation there. But, my life's great. I love everything I do. The crazy work hours, the hardcore tasks with the IFC or Cryptos Are Us. Every day is different for me. And that's what I love about it. I get to dive into all these different things. Hell, now I'm doing MMA.
Let's go.
Like, I never saw that coming. So no, I love everything I do. I couldn't be happier. Sure, sometimes there can be a lot, but that's expected. We're trying to grow, not stay flat. If we're trying to stay flat, then we'll just do our 2 streams a day. No Cryptos Are Us plus, but we're trying to blow up.
Man, Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah, you got Cryptos RS Plus on top of that. It's crazy. So many. It always comes back to Josh. Josh is just always a guy. Now Scott. Sometimes it's coming back to Scott now. Sometimes Scott's the dude. Oh,
Scott is the man.
Scott, man,
Huh?
I love you.
Scott is the man.
The man. Well, we'll
Yes.
see. I mean, no, whatever my my thought process is, whatever I could do to help with the team, make it easy. We all try to work on our our strengths and try to play off of that a bit, I think. And
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think we got a good team, I think, and I'm just really excited as
so here's what I noticed this real clearly, and George took notice of it too. And it was so fun because George would ask me all these. He's always asking me, "What do you think of so and so? What do you think of so and so? What do you think of this guy? This guy?" And he's asking me about Scott. And we noticed we went to Cypherpunk, baby. DeFi Kingdoms was there. Karate Combat was there at Cypherpunk. Dreamer was in there fighting the Karate Combat guy. Okay, getting spun around.
You were rolling around in there too.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
almost
Chairs getting thrown
Yeah,
around.
throwing
right?
chairs at Loudmouth, baby. Let's go. Okay, I love it. So fun. That was just an epic event. The event itself, the venue, the way it was run, it was smooth. The venue wasn't in some monstrous, building with no walls and everything is tied together where you can't hear anything and hear what's going on when speakers are speaking. Nope. Beautiful, phenomenal venue. Guess what? Guess who was dealing with all that? Guess who was running all that? It was our boy Scott, and George took notice of it, and George hired him on right after that because the dude he grabbed that bull by the horns, took responsibility, and made it awesome. Okay, that is so fun. You talked about the fight. So again, guys, first of all, we need to go follow Influ Fight Club, Influencer Fight Club. I should have put that in the description below. It's Influencer Fight Club on X, Twitter. Influ Fight Club, at Influ Fight Club. Follow that Twitter account. We're really trying to grow. This is important for Karate Combat to see. It's kind of like an experiment a little bit. We're doing this Influencer Fight Club. George had this idea. Other people had the idea too, but George had the idea and actually made it happen. He actually made this happen, and trying to help boost Karate Combat, and it helps bring attention to Karate Token and crypto. So it brings Web 2 people into Web 3 because you use Karate Token to bet on these fights. And there's going to be a spread or whatever on the fights. Your initial amount that you put into bet, if you lose the bet, you get it all back. And I don't know how long that's going to last. Obviously, we've talked about that. The tokenomics, that sounds really inflationary. We talked to the LARPing guy. He said there's interesting burning mechanics to that. But in the short term, this app is so small, but the exposure is blowing up.
It's in the comments, Grady.
Okay, awesome. There it is. Make sure you guys follow that bad boy. So Joe Rogan's talking about Karate Combat now. It's growing fast. Nobody knew what Karate Combat was. Not too many people knew about it over these last several months. Well, now everybody knows about it. Okay, it's everybody in crypto. Outside of crypto, it's growing. Okay, and so it's a tiny, dinky little market cap still now. It's been pumping like crazy. That Karate Token, baby, has been pumping like Scott's dopamine while he's on the stream, baby. Because Scott had a vision. Here's the deal. Scott and Josh had this vision wanting to do a weekly podcast, talking about different things going on. And it's like, finally today, we just said, damn it, let's do it. And
Like
we just
20
did
minutes ago.
20 minutes.
Yeah, basically. They're like, hey, you want to do this at 2:00? I'm like, it's 2:00.
That's right. And so it's like, in the midst of our insane, crazy, busy lives. And so we're putting traction to that. I love it. So Karate's pumping, but it's still a dinky, tiny little market cap. I don't even think it's up to $10 million market cap yet. Well, just imagine when hundreds of thousands of people are using this token to bet. It is high risk, high reward. There's not tons of liquidity. You can get it on Uniswap on Ethereum, or you can get it on Mexi. That's where I've been getting it. I got some on Uniswap, but then I realized, you know, Mexi, HBAR, you have to, it will only send it to the HBAR blockchain send it off. But
we're actually Karate Token's at pushing all-time high right now. It's at
right now
all-time
as we
high
speak.
and continuing to push. It's actually at
not 2 right now. It's market cap's 9.4 million.
And that, okay, 9.4 million. We're still not even at a $10 million market cap. And you don't even have to worry about buying the token to speculate. Here's the thing. You can bet on both fighters. Okay. That might require two. You can only bet on one.
Yeah.
Or you can use a different.
Yeah, or you can game the system a little bit.
Game the system, right? I mean, I'm guessing that's probably what people do.
I mean, that's called hedging your bet, right?
Right. You bet on both fighters. Now, the amount that you bet on both fighters is
then when you lose, you still win.
Yeah, because you get your initial bet back. It's a no-brainer. And so you can't just go, you can't just go buy $100,000 worth of token. There's not enough liquidity. But I've just been DCAing little bits here and there because I want, when the Karate Combat 43 is coming up in Vegas, December 15th. George's party is December 14th. Be there. Go, people. Go. Okay. December 15th is the fight. I'm going to be betting on every single fighter, baby, in that fight. Well, you got to have enough karate token to do that. Okay, so I'm not even buying the token to speculate on the price. I'm buying the token to bet on these fights. Well, just imagine when hundreds of thousands of people start catching on to this. Someone's mic is buzzing hard. Let me test here. Was that you? Yeah, I think that's okay. You must have just fixed it there, Josh. Okay. I'm not sure who that was. Okay. So imagine when hundreds of thousands of people start realizing, hey, I can bet on these fights and not lose. What do you think is going to happen to the token? So if there's a DCA token out there, it's the DCA ultimate token of tokens, because not only in this bull run, as crypto picks up, as exposure picks up for Karate Combat, is this token going to pump like a mother? I don't care how inflationary it is. It's going to pump, boys and girls. What are your guys' thoughts there? And then on top of that, you don't lose the bet. So it's like, holy smokes. We were just talking about this a couple weeks ago with Crypto Crow on the channel. Seth, Mind Your Biz, and Ramel, baby, with Moon Daddy on the channel. We were talking about this, and the coin was at 0.0008. Now the coin's at 0.002. So it's over doubled. It's like 2.5x in the last 2 weeks. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Tokenomics, interesting. I want to get Only LARPing or somebody on here talk tokenomics.
I mean, obviously, I think it's going to do well. There's a lot in the pipe from them, and with the IFC too, that generates a whole other attention to it. But actually, before getting completely into that, I'm kind of curious, like, what's your thoughts? Because you're going to be in it. You're fighting.
Baby.
I know you're training, but you're actually fighting. So I mean, everyone's going to be going or watching the stream and placing their bets, maybe hopefully for you, right? So how do you feel on that? How do you feel about getting in the ring and being early on with karate and IFC?
I'm so pumped. It's like a bucket list thing. We're going to find out if I'm delusional or not, because in my mind, it's like I'm scared for the other guy, anybody that's my opponent. Okay, right? So we're going to see what happens here. And the way it works too is I think the fighters that win get a little piece of that, like a 9% bet. 9% of the betting on the karate token on that fight is my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong on that. And so there's a lot of incentive to win. Nobody wants to lose. If we lose, we don't hardly make any money on this fight at all. If you win, it's a pretty good upside on this. So nobody's going to want to lose. So even I think some of these fighters are hardcore, like Rodney and the debate crypto keeper with debate crypto. They're fighting each other, and they're like hardcore jacked mofos. They're serious. I think Crypto Seth and Shiny D are dead serious. All this shit talk going. I know I'm fighting as if I'm training full time. I'm a fighter in my mind now. This isn't like some exhibition fight in my mind. And I know that's the case with my opponent, baby. Okay. So we're going to be fighting for real. No joke. No holding back.
I won't BS. Like, I mean, being on the inside of this and working with the team, putting it together, the thought initially in back of my mind is like, oh man, can any of these guys really fight? You know, like,
Right.
like, or is somebody just going to get, you know, tapped and then go down? But I was so surprised with how many people are actually, not just for this, have been training, go to the gym regularly, practice some sort of discipline. I'll call it martial arts, but it could be boxing or MMA, or they were a former fighter that's still a little bit active. And I'll be honest, I was completely blown away. It's pretty much everybody has fight experience or some, and if you would have blindly just asked anybody probably off the streets who is into crypto, say,
right,
sure, they're going to be like, yeah, whatever. These influencer guys fighting, but no, you need to watch the videos. You need to pay attention to what's coming up, right? I mean,
yes,
like,
yeah,
you guys are putting in the work.
Quality, you know, high grade entertainment. If you ask me, I mean, I can't wait, you know, to see these matchups. What's the card going to look like? Like, I was thinking about that the other night. Like, do we know who's going to be the first fight? Obviously, we know who the headliner is. And when is all that going to be announced? It's like, are there going to be any more fights? I mean, I'm thinking all these things like ancillary, you know, it's so much cool stuff.
All these influencer fights are going to be tied into the Karate Combat 44. So we're going to be fighting in the same event as the regular fighters. And we got big time fighters. We've got previous UFC champions that held the belt for years fighting in this Karate Combat 43. So we're fighting in Karate Combat 44 in the Dominican Republic. Oh, baby. It's going to be packed card, too. Out there with Bass Rutten. I've got a coach now, D-Ray Ivy, who knows Bass Rutten. They've got the same trainer out here in Cape Girardeau. Baby, let's go. Pumped. I'm going to start training with him next week. Before I started the stream, I was walking around back and forth, and I was like, I'm not sore today. I feel good. Had a breakthrough yesterday, baby, in the gym. Now I'm not getting my ass kicked by everybody in the gym. Yesterday, I kicked some people's ass in the gym. It's getting there. It's coming back fast. Let's go, baby. It's on. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to be ready then.
I'm going to be ready.
Because your opponent, I saw him in the ring. Just there's the video of him. I mean, you saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of him fighting. So you know a little bit of what you're up against, I guess. So
that's right.
Getting ready, huh?
That's right. And I'm talking with him every day. He's a good dude.
Oh no, yeah. And the thing is that everyone involved, you know, everyone's been real cool. And yeah, there is some people beefing a little bit, but overall I think, you know, very good, healthy, fun, competitive little fight going on.
It gets wild in that chat. I'll tell you what, in that IFC chat, guys, Shiny D is one of a kind. And Seth, those two guys are OMG shit talking, unlike anything I've ever seen in my whole life.
Did you see the video? What he just shared, the one that's like all crazy flashing with the screen on like his face, like it was like what is it? What's that movie?
Some crazy person.
Oh, Hannibal. Is it the Hannibal Lecter?
Hannibal Lecter.
Or I forget the name of the series of all those movies that are tied together. But yeah. That clip, if you haven't seen it, I know it's floating around Twitter. I'll have to find it and
it's floating around.
Post it.
Floating on IF Influ Fight Club. Make sure you follow.
There you go.
And I'm on with Josh managing this Twitter account, baby. We're gonna get in there.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get active and grow this account, baby. Can
Josh said,
you hear?
"Hey."
Okay, you good?
Yeah, is my mic good now?
Your mic's good. Your mic's good. You good looking hunk of man flesh, baby.
That's true.
Okay. We got Sir Worm. Man, Crypto Night. Look at this. Look at all these people in the house. Yeah, Bit Boy getting Mike Tyson knocked out. Bit Boy's fighting Ben Armstrong. Okay, so you're going to see all these releases that Josh puts out on Influ Fight Club. Okay.
And these
So make
fights
sure-
are going to be on Crypto's Artist Plus. Is that correct?
Who?
And
The fights themselves.
and they should also be broadcasted on the KC stream too. I
Yeah,
believe.
they'll be all broadcasted on Karate Combat stream. Last time it was pushing 400,000 viewers.
Wow, that's
Live.
awesome.
Now, not all at once, but on that live stream. And the previous one was at 200,000 views. And then there was one that a few back that was 100,000 views. So we just see how the Karate app is growing and growing and growing and growing. I've seen it if you look at just the viewers on their YouTube page. Okay. And so it's so cool. Dreamer and I are collaborating. We're going to be doing Twitter spaces together. We're going to be doing videos together. We're going to be trying to get in with people like Altcoin Daily. Okay. Stuff like that.
Awesome.
George might be setting that up even. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. Those boys are also, the Altcoin Daily twins are also going to be at George's party in Vegas, December 14th. Okay. That's where the collaborations happen with Crypto Crow and guys like that, who's, by the way, super gifted. I've got a newfound respect for him. Nobody's paying him money to talk about DeFi kingdoms or talk about these different projects that he's talking about. That's just, he's all heart, man. He wears it on his sleeve. And the fact that he's just been all outspoken all of a sudden about DeFi kingdoms, newfound respect for him. So Dreamer's out there doing that. Okay. It's like, it's been such a 180 I've seen. And it's just like, wow, they brought on Christian Peter, our boy, KP, now on the team. Couldn't have had a better hire. Workhorse, our man, Dream Dev, baby, Pervy Sage in the house.
Yeah, those two acquisitions were huge, man. And like you said, that really, I think anybody that was on the fence about how things were going, Grady, you know, that righted the ship for them, and especially Dreamer. Real quick, and then I'll change the subject. But I saw, you know, Zach XBT on X. He's got a big name. He does a lot of checking receipts, calling out bad activities. So he posted something on DFK.
Yep.
And how he thought, you know, he obviously hadn't done his research. This is one instance where I was like, dang, he really didn't do his research on this one. And Dreamer posted the most eloquent, well said, very respectful response. It was so thought out. And I just had to mention that on the show. It was so quality. And
yep.
Dreamer doing stuff like that with those big, huge accounts, man, that goes so far for the project.
It does.
You know? It
does. Whereas in the past, a lot of that stuff kind of went unresponded to, right? In fact, Dreamer specifically texted that to me. I forgot to get in there and like respond on Twitter to that as well and give Dreamer some love in that, because I didn't even understand. I didn't read it. And
well,
a lot
of
times,
course, shout out to all the community as well, because he got inundated with comments from that, but just Dreamer specifically being the head of, you know, Kingdom Studios. And if he wasn't on X, like you said, and hadn't made that pivot, he wouldn't have caught that, and it would have, that's how all that bad stuff happened. So that was great that he nipped that in the bud.
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh. So we're going to be connecting in Miami at Art Basel. Dreamer and I are going to train together, try and do some footage together. We're going to be doing weekly spaces together on Twitter, maybe streams, things like that. When I do go live with Crow, it'll be live on his channel and my channel simultaneously. I'm going to try and get Dreamer in on that. If not Dreamer, Christian Peter or Bolon or somebody, try and get him in and just help hold Crow's hands through that. Okay. So you guys, it's crazy. I've been on cloud 9 being on the team with Cryptos R Us hired me on the team. I'm a part of the team. So fun. baby.
Yo, now we have more energy than anybody in crypto. So now we're unstoppable.
Let's go. The amount of work it takes for George to crank out 2 videos a day like he does is relentlessly insane. It is so insane. It's not as easy as George waking up and pressing play and saying, welcome back to Cryptos R Us. I'm George. We're all George. And then just go. No, there is so much planning and thought. It's insane what goes into that. My mind has been blown. And so I'm trying to get George some more alpha out there as I watch streams, different projects, alts that are going on with alpha on these alts, the quality of the teams, the tokenomics, things like that. You can be helping fill in with that, helping them with the streams, helping them with Influencer Fight Club. I was already helping them with CRU Plus. That has nothing to do with the hiring, actually. Totally separate deal there. Okay. And so excited. We're going to be putting out weekly videos with street interviews and random interviews. I was at the gas station the other night, grabbing something real quick. And I pulled out the phone. What do you guys think of Bitcoin? Things like that. When I'm at the gym, when I'm pumping gas at the gas pump and someone's right there, when I'm at the grocery store, just cold approaching people. Okay. There's going to be lots of stuff like that. And then of course, when we go on these trips, like in Vegas, that's where we're going to get the bulk of our stuff. I'm going to have guys like Shiny D, Doug Hype. Of course, we already got Loudmouth. Get Loudmouth and Diamond Hands and whoever else wants to be a part of that, hit me up on DMs. If you got some fun, juicy street interviews, we'll get you in there too, baby. That'll be fun. Okay. So I'm so pumped for all this. I've been on cloud 9. I can't even explain how hard it is to push through. For one, to push through this bear market has been a monster. What we've been through, Kong knows. Look at him. He's also
You're stressing him out.
Oh man.
Talking about the bear.
It has been a monster doing this. And George has just been such a blessing and a help. His vision long-term is just to help bless people in the space. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah. Ever since you guys started really talking more, man, I've seen a pretty drastic change in your mindset. So I think he gave you, that extra boost to what you needed to kind of get out of a funk. So I got a lot of respect for George and what he's doing for all these smaller projects. Like, I mean, I know we've said it 1,000 times, but just to be just a humanitarian for the space, it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. So crazy, man. It's wild. So tonight we got some Starbuck in the house. We got Sir Worm. Sir Worm just put out a video, I think yesterday. Hey, Alexandra, I've been seeing her all over the place. I think she's a Crypto Crow mod, maybe.
She's in our chat almost every day too.
Yeah, she's always out there active all the time. Huffenstein, let's go. So speaking of Sergeant Filthy McNasty, big stream tonight. I'm on with Brown Gents in there and Christian Peter and Kupo and different people. We're going to be catching up with things. Yes, I love it. Awesome. So, man, I love there's so much going, you guys. There's so many things. There's some more monster announcements coming. Big things happening. People are making moves. We got the bull run running. People are making gains. Crypto's pumping. Baby. What's going on with Flux? What's going on with Flux, Scott?
Oh, right. I guess I could talk a little bit about it, I guess. No, there's a lot right now. I guess they're on the cusp because it's, coming up on Q1. So they really want to, their focus is on proof of useful work. And then there's also some stuff going on with wallet and some changes and stuff there. But no, things are looking good. I mean, even, they're going to be at CES. So we're set up to be at CES in January, which is just like, that's big. So as far as, Flux, think everything is about to pop off with them, especially because the proof of use will work. So yeah, I know they've been staying real busy with that. Now that the event's calmed down, I've stepped back a little bit. Still doing some stuff with the business development team, but I'm pretty much just 110% with Cryptos R Us.
So Scott, can you tell us what makes Flux's work useful?
What makes it useful?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why should I hold the token Flux?
Oh God, this is where I'm put in one of those positions where like I want to say something, but I shouldn't, or I'm not allowed, kind of per se. no, but the thing with proof of use of work is that you have a lot of people mining, for example, and sure, you get mining rewards, but there's so much untapped like GPU power out there, and whether it be institutions or whatnot, and there's a demand for it, for whether it be AI, or rendering, or medical doing scans. I mean, there's endless application for needing that. So proof of use of work is by allowing everybody out there to participate in that, in sort of like a marketplace network, to share your GPU power and contribute to that. And the cost versus AWS or anybody else with anything that Flux is doing is just like, it's like pennies on the dollar. So there's a lot of good things coming. I forget the exact amount. I don't want to say anything incorrect, but I could have sworn there was a tweet put out by either Flux or Dan or something saying that there's at least 250,000 GPUs coming online. And I don't even know. I think he even might have mentioned a date. I could try pulling that up, but
okay.
Yeah. So
nice.
So there's gonna be some interesting stuff coming up with Flux, and something to keep an eye out. I know you don't hear a lot about it on different streams. It's in that market cap range where it's off a bit of radar, but it's definitely something, if you're not looking at or you don't know about, to put on your list, or maybe even pick up a little bit.
Okay.
Looks like it's been doing well lately. I mean, it was middle of September, 31 cents, 55 cents today.
Oh, baby. Okay. Hey, another one that's pumped is MC Verse. Forgot all about it. This week it's up 450%. That used to be.
Is that the race car game?
It's the race car game. It's out. Okay. And now that it's out, and I've been just like stacking it and compounding it this whole time.
I've never even heard of it.
It's now on, I think it's an Avalanche subnet now.
Yeah, they gave us a car like a year ago.
Yeah, it's just on Avalanche. The coin is up 450% this week.
Why?
It's still a dinky market. I mean, I don't even know if it's $1 million market cap yet.
Oh, wow.
And so it's on Avalanche. And I remember having them on the show one time, and they said Avalanche has been a dream to work with. They were on Harmony before as Win Lambo, and they survived that. They survived the Harmony bridge hack, moved to Avalanche. That's interesting. Okay.
Avalanche is everywhere. Like every event that I've been at this year, and I've gone to a decent amount considering, they've been set up, and it hasn't been like they've been set up. It's like they've had space, like 3XP. I mean, they're out there and they're supporting, everyone on there. I think 3XP.
That shrapnel launch is going to be massive for them.
That was half. I think I want to say at least half of the booth area they had set up at 3XP back in June. It was it looked great too. So DeFi Kingdoms looked really good as well in that in their setup there.
I'll tell you what, DeFi Kingdoms is making moves, baby.
It was so crazy seeing George on his show playing the combat testing grounds. I was like, I just chuckled to myself. I was like, man, am I dreaming right now? What the hell's going on?
It's hilarious. It's so out of nowhere too. I'm even in that chat now where they're creating, the streams, and that wasn't even in there. George threw that in there last second, baby. Let's go. Okay. All right. I was catching George up. Sometimes you got to remind him of all the tokenomics and everything with DeFi Kingdoms. I love it, man. So fun. Okay. So, and big shout out to the Cass with Sass. That's Cassie, baby. Is she the bomb or what, Josh? Josh just might know.
I'm biased. I'm incredibly biased.
She's also working at CRU now.
Killing it too, by the way. Like she's turned around some crazy looking designs and stuff that we're working on, like just crushing it.
Oh yeah. If anywhere you look on Cryptos R Us, under the Cryptos R Us umbrella, you're guaranteed to see her work. You just don't necessarily know, but no, she does amazing work. She's an amazing person. And yeah, it's awesome that she's on the team now.
And met her at George's party. And all I had to do is talk with her about 30 minutes. She's telling me all about you, Josh, and how much a believer she is in you. And it was like, this is a match made in heaven.
Yeah, but if you stuck around for that, for the last 15, the 31 to 45, that's when you hear all this. No, I'm just joking.
That's basically everybody's tuned out by that point, so it's fine.
Uh-huh. Hey, she's gonna get on you here, Josh. Oh yeah. Baby. Oh baby.
I'm gonna be hiding after this.
Yes, Cass is queen. I love it. Absolutely. And Alexandra, shout out to all these folks in the house. All right, guys, we ready to wrap it up? We done? Okay. We're going to end it with some pervy sage. Are you guys ready for some pervy sage action?
Oh, baby.
This is Workhorse.
Out of nowhere.
This is who DeFi Kingdoms just hired with Wisdom Gaming, pervy sage, Workhorse, baby. Let's go. Any final words, boys? Let's go.
Hope to see you in Vegas in a couple weeks.
Yes, get to Vegas.
Go. Get that karate. Listen, karate. I just downloaded the app. Okay, and I do think it's going to be easier to use the app. It was actually pretty easy. You have to set up a new wallet, and that was easier than I thought. That part of it had to set up the facial recognition on my phone to do that first. Okay, and it's like, whoa. Okay, it works with HBAR instead of Ethereum. I'm going that route. Forget using MetaMask. You use MetaMask, it's easy too. Super easy to use the Karate Combat app. You can buy the token, Karate token, now on the app. You can also do it, obviously, on the MetaMask Ethereum wallet. I'm switching everything to HBAR, baby. Karate Combat, Karate token, sticking with MEXC instead of Uniswap with $20 freaking Ethereum fees to make a trade. Driving me crazy. Download that Karate Combat app. That's where I'm going. Let's go. People, we'll see you in Vegas. We'll see you in Miami. Love you guys. I love you guys. Let's go.
Baby, hey, so I forgot to give you guys an update. I went to visit Kirby Stage, baby.
Like, we're going to be going to YouTube and doing a stream in a second. So, like, a bunch of those people are probably in the chat right now. Goose gang in the house.
That's right.
Gang in the house. Gang in the house.
Oh.
Gang in the house. Gang in the house. Gang in the house.
Baby.
Gang in the house. Gang in the house.
Kirby Stage, baby. Yes.
Gang in the house.
Kirby Stage, baby. Yes.
Gang in the house.
Right here. You guys are in the house now. Baby. 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 Yeah. I didn't know they were here, bro. Nice.
Gang in the house.
Baby. Yeah. Big brains, the IQ, probably the average IQ of the DeFi Kingdom team. Here's what I had to say to them about it. Baby, visit Kirby Stage. Yeah. Kirby